And I know we can't technically get married, but I also don't really care.
Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most romantic LGBTQ TV proposals.
This just felt like the perfect place to ask you to marry me.
For this list, we'll be looking at our favourite times that small-screen fictional LGBTQ couples agreed to tie the knot. Since most of these couples are endgame, a spoiler warning is in effect. Which proposal do you find most romantic? Let us know in the comments below. Number 10, Reese Williams proposes to Bianca Montgomery. All my children.
And so today, I am asking you, my beautiful, beautiful, beautiful Bianca.
This history-making pair changed television in 2008 by being the first same-sex couple to get engaged on an American soap opera. The beginning of their relationship happens mostly off-screen in Paris. However, the couple has returned to Pine Valley when they agree to get married. Architect Reese starts by giving Bianca the plans for their newly constructed house. She then gets on one knee and asks for Bianca's hand in marriage.
Will you marry me?
Bianca, of course, says yes, and later proposes to Reese herself when she gives her fiancé an engagement ring for Christmas.
Reese Williams, will you marry me?
Their romance, though not perfect, is the first of its kind and huge steps for LGBTQ representation on screen. Number 9, Danielle "Danny" Clayton proposes to Jamie Taylor, The Haunting of Bly Manor.
I mean, they're opposites, really. Love and ownership.
These star-crossed lovers find themselves working at the same great good place in 1987 England. Amidst the spooky atmosphere and uninvited spectres, the gardener and the au pair manage to fall in love.
You see, I'm not sick of you. At all. I'm actually pretty in love with you, it turns out.
Danny continues to be haunted by the lady in the lake even after the couple leaves the manor. Love is stronger than fear though, and Danny proposes to Jamie in spite of her ghosts. She hides the ring and a potted plant for Jamie to find, showing she still has a sense of fun.
Danny, why is there...
Here's the thing. You're my best friend.
Although they can't get legally married, the women decide being together during the time they have left is enough.
That's enough for me. If it's enough for you.
I reckon that's enough for me.
For a show about a haunted house, Danny and Jamie's love story is as romantic as they come. Number 8, Mitch Pritchett and Cameron Cam Tucker gets engaged. Modern Family.
Come on, let's do this.
Yeah.
Mitch and Cam have been together for many years by the time they get engaged. A 2013 change in legislation allows for same-sex marriage and finally gives the couple a reason to plan a wedding. The question remains though, who is going to propose to whom?
I was so touched, but at the same time, he was ruining the one chance I had for romantic redemption.
Both men want the chance to put on a grand romantic gesture, enough so that they're willing to sabotage the other person's efforts. In the end, fate ruins both of their plans when a flat tire leaves them stranded on the side of the road. As the two kneel down to change the tyre, they agree to get married without either needing to ask the question.
Yes.
While their respective plans are pretty romantic, there's nothing like a spontaneous proposal. Number 7, Kelly proposes to Yorkie, Black Mirror.
Passing over tomorrow?
Yeah.
Like Danny and Jamie, Kelly and Yorkie are young women when they meet each other in the year 1987. Only their California coastal town is part of a simulation. In the physical world, both women are older and carry a lot of life's baggage.
I'm engaged.
I have a fiance. Yorkie reveals she's already engaged, but that doesn't stop Kelly from pursuing a romantic relationship in their virtual reality. Kelly eventually learns Yorkie is physically paralyzed, but unable to pass on without her family's consent. In a swoon-worthy moment on the beaches of San Junipero, Kelly asks Yorkie to marry her instead.
I'm gonna say something crazy.
Okay.
Wanna marry me instead?
By saying yes, Yorkie gets to marry for love and keeps her dignity as she enters San Junipero permanently.
That a yes?
Number 6, Angel Vasquez and Esteban Little Papi Martinez get engaged. Pose.
I've been waiting for a girl like you.
While they might not have been walking the floor, Angel and Papi win a prize in each other when they spontaneously get engaged at a ball. Their engagement comes after Papi informs Angel he's booked her for a gig in Germany, where she won't have to hide her transgender identity.
You showed me how to feel love. I don't ever want to be without that feeling.
The qualities that make Papi a good manager are the same ones that make him a good boyfriend. He thinks Angel is a star and will do anything to help her succeed. Angel realizes she never wants to be without Papi and gets on her knees to pop the question.
I'm not finished yet.
I don't care, I want to say it too.
Papi cuts her off before she can finish so the two can simultaneously propose.
1, 2, 3. Will you marry me?
Number 5, Blaine Anderson proposes to Kurt Hummel. Glee.
Because all I want to do, all I've ever wanted to do, is spend my life loving you.
From high school sweethearts to husbands, Blaine is one of the more stable relationships in the musical series. Though they're not the only gay alumni from New Directions to get engaged, Blaine's proposal makes the list over Britannia's because of their full circle moment. Blaine proposes to Kurt with a Beatles song, of course, accompanied by 4 Glee clubs, a marching band, and a few familiar faces. Dancing around Dalton Academy, the company leads Kurt to the spot where it all began.
We met right here. I took this man's hand and we ran down that hallway.
Blaine pops the question on the steps where the two first met, surrounded by their friends.
Will you marry me?
Kurt says yes, and while it's not a straight shot to the altar, their dual wedding with Britannia is the perfect ending for these Gleeks. Number 4, Naomi Marks and Amanita Neitz Kaplan get engaged. Sense8.
When I put this ring on your finger, I made you a promise, and I'm going to keep that promise.
While these two characters might not have a psychic connection, they're on the same page about getting married. The couple is getting ready for bed in their San Francisco apartment when Amanita begins to propose.
Naomi Marks, will you marry me?
Oh my God.
Before saying yes, Naomi reveals the engagement ring she has hidden for Amanita, and the two agree to marry each other.
Amanita Kaplan. Will you marry me?
Compared to their exciting life of hacking and saving international strangers, Naomi and Amanita's dual proposal is pretty low-key. The women are at home and in their underwear, demonstrating that they feel comfortable being vulnerable with each other. As for Naomi's 7 psychic connections, Amanita is more than willing to help the cluster. These two are excellent examples of lesbian and transgender representation.
Impossibility is still just a kiss away from reality.
Number 3, Ian Gallagher proposes to Mickey Milkovich. Shameless.
I love you, Mickey Milkovich. More than anything.
The road to engagement for this couple is a long one. Like 10 seasons long.
Just wondering if we're a couple or not. Of course we are. A couple that hides.
After years of being in the closet, in relationships with other people, or in jail, Mickey and Ian finally consider getting married to each other. Ian first proposes to Mickey when their parole officer is found dead.
I think we should get married.
What?
We should get married. Then we can't testify against each other.
Although Mickey says yes, not even the appeal of spousal privilege is enough to keep Ian from getting cold feet. It's not until Ian overhears Mickey being criticised by his new boyfriend that he starts a bar fight and proposes to Mickey again. The proposal is complicated and messy, which is why it suits them.
My
Jesus
life.
Christ, save the speech. I'll marry you.
It reflects the nature of the on-again, off-again relationship in which they always return to each other. Number 2, Patrick Brewer proposes to David Rose. Schitt's Creek.
If you go into that front pocket there's actually something.
This next couple is simply the best.
What's going on?
When David decides to make the most of his life in small-town North America by opening a local shop, he probably doesn't expect his business partner to become his life partner. His chemistry with Patrick is undeniable though, and the two inevitably end up together. In true Schitt's Creek fashion, the hike and picnic Patrick plans for the proposal doesn't go as intended. Patrick hurts his foot by stepping on a branch, and it seems like they should turn back. But David, who is not usually the outdoorsy type, saves the day by carrying Patrick up the hill. In the end, the couple makes it to the picturesque clearing, and Patrick pops the question.
Are you sure? Easiest decision of my life.
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions. Piper Chapman and Alex Voss. Orange is the New Black. A prison riot may not be the most romantic setting, but Piper's speech makes up for it.
Will you be my partner? Through love, and through pain, and through beauty fish. Forever.
Is that your question?
Sapphire and Ruby, Steven Universe. After being fused together for years on end, these two gems can probably handle marriage.
Sapphire, will you marry me?
What?
Marry you? Yeah, this way we could be together even when we're apart.
Steph Foster and Lena Adams, the Fosters. In the end, Steph proposes to Lena not once, not twice, but 3 times.
Will you marry me? I thought you'd never ask. Neither did I. Don't ever scare me like that again.
Waverly Earp and Nicole Hott, Winona Earp. Momentarily safe from mortal peril, Waverly asks Nicole a life-changing question.
Nicole Hott. Will you marry me?
Valencia Perez and Beth, crazy ex-girlfriend. Instead of waiting to be proposed to, Valencia takes matters into her own hands.
You two took a big step, and you did it your own way. Will you?
Valencia.
Yes.
Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications.
Number 1, Magnus Bane proposes to Alec Lightwood, Shadowhunters. Although Malik hits a few bumps along the way, not even a rift between worlds can stop this proposal from happening. Alec's first attempt to propose goes wrong when Magnus arrives drunk, grieving the loss of his magic.
What am I doing? You put this beautiful night together and I'm picking a fight.
Out of his love for the warlock, Alec sacrifices their relationship so Magnus's powers can be returned. It's not until later that Magnus learns about the deal.
I know about the deal and why you did what you did. It's okay, I don't...
When a rift opens in Alicante, it's up to Magnus and his restored magic to close it. But not before reuniting with Alec. As everything around them is being destroyed by demons, Magnus proposes to the Shadow Hunter with the ring for them both.
Alexander Gideon Lightwood, will you marry me?
While there's not much that should take priority over saving the world, a Malik proposal certainly does.
I love you. I love you too, Alexander.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.